Hi, today I'm going to talk about how to create this effect, this infinite white background. If you saw the Apple commercials with the two Apple versus PC, or even if you go back to 1999 with the Matrix, you remember that there was a pure white background, and you see it on TV all the time these days. It's an effect that makes things look professional. So if you have a spokesperson, kind of like the way this is right now, if you have a spokesperson or you're talking, having a pure white background really enhances the professionalism of the specific shot that you're doing. The one thing is most websites, not all, but many are white in background. So if you put a white video with an infinite white background on top of a web page with a white background, it kind of looks like the person's floating on the web page. So it's a really great way, very professional. So today, I'm going to show you kind of my secrets behind the scenes, if you will. Some truth in advertising. I'm doing this not in a studio, but in my apartment. So I'm going to give you kind of a little tour how to set it up, and hopefully I'm not going to miss out on anything in terms of details. I'll also have this transcript below this blog post, and so if you want to read, you can read it, and I'll also list all of the materials that you're going to need, all the equipment, so that you could figure out exactly what you need to make this effect work. So let's get started. Okay, basically a little behind the scenes. You can see that this is my apartment. And yeah, it's the holidays right around now. So as I'm recording this, this is actually a white screen. Now what I did is I purchased a white screen because I needed to take it up. I didn't want this thing in my, I didn't want to put a sheet there. Basically, this is a white screen that you can buy on Amazon for about $70. I'll provide all the details below. You could also use a white wall, a white piece of fabric, or even a kind of a bed sheet type of thing. You could do that as well. I preferred this because there's no wrinkles. Fabric you would have to iron and it gets to be a pain. A white wall probably would work if you have the room to do a white wall. So as you can see, my walls are greenish in color and they're not white. So I got the screen. Next thing you want to do is you have here the lights. Now you can see that there's two sets of lights on this side, and then we have two on there. Those are the screen lights. And basically what you want to do is these shop lights are available at Home Depot or anywhere else, Amazon, wherever you want to buy it. And their shop lights, 10-inch shop lights, they're available for 13 bucks. The next thing is I have in here, sorry to blind you, these look like gigantic CFLs because they are. So on both sides of the screen, I have these four gigantic very high lumen daylight CFL bulbs. Basically, I would go with at least a 50 watt 2300 lumen bulb. The one I'm using is an 85 watt 4800 lumen bulb. What you want to do is make sure they're daylight. So you're looking at probably you want to choose something that's 5500K or higher in terms of the color temperature. You don't want to go below 5500K. 5500K is about daylight, so it's just at the minimum part of daylight. The ones that I have, I believe, are 6000K, 85 watt, 4800 lumens. Okay, so you can see the setup. Basically, it's a very simple setup. You have the two lights that are on either side of the screen, which illuminate the background. Now what I'll do is switch around so you can see what I'm looking at as I am facing the camera. Okay, here is my setup. So when I'm reading from the screen, when I'm doing a professional video and looking at the camera, this is what I see. It's in my kitchen, my little dining area. Basically, it's a real quick setup. You have two lights on either, two lights on either side, so a total of 4 lights. Those are usually called the key lights, and they illuminate me as I'm doing my videos. Now, if you zoom up, or if I zoom up, I should say, and focus there a little bit, you can see that they're clip-on lights. They're the shop lights, 8-inch shop lights. Inside those, the bulbs are actually lower wattage. They can be 26 watt CFLs. Now, you want to choose ones that have a warmer appearance. So you're talking about warmer bulbs. You don't want to get the daylight. You want to get 3000K to 3500K color temperatures. The ones that do the screen, that illuminate the screen, those are daylight. These you want to have more of a warm appearance. to whoever's on camera. And those are 3000K to 3500K color temperatures. Next you see, now normally, that right there you can see the iPad that's sitting there. Normally the iPad, there's a camera, and the camera I'm holding right now. The camera is there, which I'll go over in a second, and then you have the iPad. Of course, an iPad's expensive. You can get a Droid tablet, that's fine. You can also rig up something depending on how it is. Rig up something so that you can put a table and then use a laptop as your teleprompter, if you even wanted to do a teleprompter. So now let's talk about the camera. In fact, let me go ahead and get my cell phone camera to talk about the camera. Okay, so I gave you a little tour, a real quick recap as you have the screen. I use a white projection screen. You have the two screen lights on either side, very high lumen bulbs to wash out the white background so it's overexposed. Next, I have on either side of me, I have the key lights, which are on each side. I have two lower wattage, I think I said 26 watt bulbs, and again, held within the shop lights. I also forgot to mention that I use photography stands that usually hold lights. They're about 15 bucks on Amazon.com, but you can go as simple as getting a bucket and putting a stick inside it and putting cement or sand or something like that, get dowel rods. So the camera itself, I use a Canon 4Ti. It's a great camera, high quality. That's the one I've been using probably for the past 2 months. I also, before that, had a lower expensive. The Canon I'm using now is about 800 bucks. The next I had was a traditional video camera, consumer grade video camera. That ran about $400, and it was a Canon, I think it's the HF200. If that's not it, I'll put it in the space below. I would also suggest that if you can't get those, get a camera like the Kodak, I think it's called the 8ZI or the Z8I, I think it is. That camera has an external microphone jack. You have to get a camera with an external microphone jack. If you don't, it's going to sound like you're in a cave. So you get the crisp quality because this camera has a microphone jack. So if you need a low-cost camera, it's the Kodak, again, Z8i, I believe it is, has an external microphone jack. Now, on the settings, you may say, well, okay, what about these things? You see, I purposely am leaving this ugly stuff on the side here. Basically, when you go into your whatever video editing software you have, that's it. You just crop out the sides, you put a white background, and voila, you have a perfectly professional infinite white background. So thanks again, everybody. If you didn't download my free ebook, go to the side. It's on how to create a video that persuades customers to take action, to buy a product, click a button, whatever it might be. So go to the side, put in your information, and I'll send you that ebook. Thanks for watching. Browse around the site, and remember, everyone can make amazing videos.